Empty classrooms and students buried in notebooks. This is the time of the year when the semester ends. Hello and welcome to the sem-end episode of First Break. SIMC UG saw a lot this sem. It saw the release of 2 in-house magazines, Out Loud and The Undergrad. It saw the publication of its newsletter, SIM Connect. It also saw the release of First Break. Along with that, the efforts of the entire college coming together as TESS, the East Side Story. Along with that, it also saw the release of the first movie from the batch of 2014, Azad. Talking about movies, First Break got an exclusive interview with the cinematographer of Shireen Farhad Ki To Nikal Padi. Hitisha Jain got candid with Mahesh Ane.
Mahesh Ane is a well-known cinematographer, producer and director. He has shot more than 1,000 commercials along with Rapper winner television shows like Kya Masti Kya Dhoom and Movers and Shakers. He gained recognition after winning National Film Award for the movie Swades, We the People. So let's hear what he has to say about his recent work in Shireen Farhad Ki Nikal Padi.
Hello, and today we have with us Mr. Mahesh Ane for First Break, and let's hear what he has to say. Hello sir. Sir, congratulations for your movie Shireen Farhad Ki Nikal Padi. Sir, tell us about your recent work in the movie.
Well, work was work and party was party. We partied also in the film. We had a great time. It was a very, very nice experience for Shireen Farhad because also the first time I was shooting on a digital format. So that film is completely shot on the Alexa, unlike all my other films which are normally shot on film. So it was a learning experience. You know, it was like going back to school and trying out something new, and so it was. I think it's an important phase in my life because with digital is now here to stay, you know, and either you know what you're working with the digital or you're out of the race, you know. So therefore it was a great experience with digital, but one of the biggest things that I learned is that you should not compare the two mediums. You should not compare film and do not say digital. You know, most people, what do they say? Oh, digital, is it like film? Does it have a film look? Can it be made to look like film? Why? You don't need it. When you're doing digital, you treat it as digital and understands its parameters and work within those parameters. And when you're doing film, it's film, you know. So that was the nice part about digital which I did. And about the film, as it was great fun, you know. I mean, it was a humongous experience working with Baman, with Farah. Farah I've known for many years. Farah has always been Farah, you know, from the time I know her as a young dancer to when she became a choreographer, and now she's such a big director. But what you see of Farah on screen is Farah in real life. There's no change I mean, so she's not an actor who takes different roles in the film, you know, unlike Baman. Baman, when we were shooting Shireen Farhad, he was also shooting Ferrari Ki Sawari, you know, in which he plays another character who is completely different. Now, it's not easy when you're doing a film to keep switching on and off. Even I as a cameraman today have a problem. That's why we take only one film at a time. Because supposing if I'm shooting a horror film, okay, I can't go the next morning and shoot a comedy. You know, because it needs a certain mindset when you're doing work, you know. Which is the great thing about Baman. I mean, he could switch on and off. I mean, he'd be very tired. He was very tired.
Sir, you have graduated from FTII. How was the experience in FTII?
Well, like any other educational institution. So we used to have a lot of fun. We all FTI is a completely residential course, so there's to be, you know, there's to be more life on campus after dark. But anyway, it was good. You see, when I joined FTI in 1975, filmmaking was very, 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 very different than what it is today. So if you wanted to be, I remember my parents my dad used to work with the Tatas, and he was a very senior officer there. And everybody used to tell my dad, "You pagal hai ki kidhar film institute ja raha hai tera beta," and all that, But today, of course, now people have accepted films in a very different way.
Sir, any message to our viewers, especially students or upcoming cinematographers?
What message can I give them? Yeah, I can only say that, cinema today has become very accessible. It isn't what it used to be when I joined in 1975 when I came to the film school, or what cinema used to be. That whole, going into a dark theatre and then the screen would light up, and that it had its own passion, its own magic, its own charm, and cinema was inaccessible to people. That whole thing about cinema, I don't know how to explain it, but people say, "Sala, tum log bahut nostalgic ho jata hai, tum budde log," and all that. But there was an entire, that whole era is gone. It's gone, the golden years of cinema, and from the silent to the talkie, and from the talkie to the next, and when films used to be released, wo jo ek premiere hota tha, in those days, a film like Sholay used to run for bloody 3 years. That's all gone. Today, when it runs for a week, they have a party in the theatre. So, what I want to tell the students is, don't ever say, "Oh man, I wish I had this, oh wish I had that, oh I don't have this so I couldn't do it." No, that's a lot of bullshit. You can learn filmmaking very peacefully. You don't need a teacher, you need a guide. So when young cinematographers come out, everything is available on the net. They need to work with a cinematographer for a while, maybe 6 months, 8 months, a year, to understand how to function on a set, because it's very different. See, when you come out of a film school and suddenly you come to a set, you're rattled. You don't know. There are 60 people all looking at your face, waiting for you to tell them kahan lagaun pehla light. So there is a process, And it's एक है कुछ होता है. आज भी मैं जब मेरी पहले दिन shooting पे जाता हूँ, I get this very little ball in my stomach, It's always there, yeah. So that is what it is. So learn, just go out and do it. It's very simple and available.
Thank you for joining us on First Break, sir. It was a pleasure meeting you. I'm sure students are going to make most of it. This is for now with cameraman Anugya, Chitransh. This is Hitisha, Jain.
Ayushi Ramaiya got stories from the entire city. This time, she caught up with students from the COEP college who've made it to the Guinness World Records twice, and they're planning to do it again. She caught up with them to know more about their preparations.
One of the pioneering engineering institutes of Pune, COEP, that has gained entry twice into the Guinness World Records, is all set to make another record for the third time now. The first being in the year 2006 for setting a skipping world record, and the second in 2008 for the longest painting record. This time it will get harder, challenging, and yet exciting, as the title of the records is Most People Solving the Rubik's Cube, the event to which the college refers to as Akshat the Unbeaten. Let's hear it from the students about the preparations, as the challenge to set the record is just a few days away on 4th of November this year.
So let's hear it from them. Ritu Ganjiwal, documentation team, Team Akshat.
I'm and handling account section of it.
Kushbhoo, heading the sessions department. I handle every session. I'm handling publicity.
I'm group coordinator, Team Akshat.
I'm Purushottam Purpute. I'm handling the event menu. I'm Hitul Chaudhary, purchase.
So tell me, what is Akshat about?
Well, Akshat in Sanskrit means unbeatable, untouched. So we endeavor to make a world record which will be untouched.
Actually, most of the people think that CETs are too more. They don't see, are just oriented to studies and we don't do more extracurricular activities. That's not so. Actually, the first world record was the most people skipping on a single rope. 292 people on a single 50-meter rope. The second one was more artistic. 600 people meter long painting.
And what record are you going to break this time?
Actually, the record set up before is of 937 people solving Rubik's Cube at a time. It was from IIT Bombay. It happened just 2 months ago. Now we are setting up our benchmark at something above 2,500.
And how are you preparing for the competition?
We have been preparing for this record since the March 2012, and from then we have taught around 1600 people how to solve the cube.
How important is this competition as far as the image and the reputation of this college is concerned?
COET is considered to be the place where all the bright minds of at least Maharashtra come. So it is expected that what we decide to do should be.
The SEM is coming to an end, but this marks the beginning of a new SEM. Likewise, it's a new beginning for Out Loud. It's been handed over to the batch of 2014. Anshika Kayastha got both the core teams together. Let's see what she finds out.
Out Loud, a youth-based print magazine and an initiative of the students of batch 2013 of SIMC UG, launched its second issue on 3rd October. Whereas the first issue's theme was Thinking Big, this issue focused on big ideas of the people who dare to think differently. The issue was launched amidst great marketing and promotions, with posters, flyers and videos that received an amazing response from all the 3 batches. First Break had the opportunity of talking with the editor-in-chief of Out Loud, Shraddha Narayanan, regarding her experience with the magazine. So Shraddha, how was your experience working with the magazine?
Well, the experience has been amazing. We've come out with 2 print issues now, and putting both the issues together has been the best experience through college. And we've met so many people through the process, and there's so much running around, so much confusion all the time, but we enjoy it and we love it. So the experience has been very enriching.
How do you think this issue was different from the first issue that you guys put out?
Well, this issue was obviously different because we had 2014 to also give us inputs, and that way we've been able to produce a much better issue. And it was different also because of the theme that we covered and the people that we spoke to. And the theme for the second issue was the power of ideas, which is very well communicated through all the articles and all the people that we've met. So that's how it's mainly different.
Do you have like a core team in place, and what are your plans?
We do have a core team in place. Actually, our voting just got over, but so we have a very good core team in place. But I think the best part is the team that backs the core team members is also extremely strong, and everybody is extremely excited about the third issue. Actually, more than even we were about the second. It's the juniors who really want to make a difference with the magazine. So we are extremely happy with the team that we have from the juniors, and we're extremely sure that they're going to put up a very good show with the third issue.
So what are your guys' plans for the third issue? How do you think you're going to take it forward? Any particular story ideas in mind? Some thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, as Shraddha said, she's passed it on to us. So it's going to be a different composition, and we have a different composition in terms of the core team. And what's going to be more interesting now is that the 2015 team is also going to come in. So we're going to induct 2015 into this magazine too. We have a new set of theme that we're going to work around with that will obviously be a surprise for some other time. And we have some really good stories in mind. We've already started on working in our content. The marketing team, which was in place earlier, we have already started brainstorming a little bit on what could be improved upon. And then in the end, what we want is a good product from the students of SIMC, because we as students of SIMC, we put a lot of passion in whatever we do. So this is one of our avenues where we put a lot of zeal and a lot of passion into it.
We again plan to have a similar approach, but innovations definitely, better ideas definitely, and our aim would be to keep Out Loud as special as it was and probably get it to a higher level than it was. Lots of new ideas, and we are also looking forward to the batch 2015. Go Out Loud!
Go Out Loud! Thank you so much for talking to us, the entire team. So we had Out Loud talking to us, and the First Break wishes them all the best for the next issue, and we're hoping they take it to new heights. This is Anshika Kayastha with camera person Shivani Singh for First Break.
Anugya Chitransh has been on the rounds of the campus, and if you've probably seen her, you've been busted by her. Let's see what's the IQ level of the college this SEM.
Okay, I do not know that. Sorry.
Matt Romney. Wait, I know this thing. Yeah.
Mitt Romney.
PMC? Trinamool, something Congress? No.
I don't know. TMC. Trinamool Congress. Trinamool Congress.
Trinamool Congress.
I'm sorry.
West Indies, right?
West Indies.
West Indies.
West Indies. West Indies, oh yeah, West Indies, yeah. Spain? Spain.
Spain.
I didn't know at least. I don't watch football, right? Yeah, Spain obviously.
Spain? Yes. Oh yeah, I know that. Okay. Pratibha Patil? No. Manmohan Singh. Okay, that's the one.
Pranab Mukherjee, right?
Pranab Mukherjee.
Pranab Mukherjee. Pranab Mukherjee.
Cut it.